So welcome to Free Healing Meditation Mondays. I'm Nathan Writing, founder of Rising Heart Grounded Mind, and I'm here to welcome you to this space. It's this Free Healing Meditation Mondays, where each week you can come here and meditate with a group of other like-minded people to be more centered, feel better, get more in your body, and just heal yourself. And start your week in a great way. And this space is open to anybody. So if you know of someone who might benefit from this, please invite them. It's here for them as much as it is for you and everyone else. So I'm just excited to have you here today, and I'm excited to talk about what we're going to do today during today's meditation. So what I want to talk today is, excuse me, is about this topic, honesty. And what does it really mean? You know, we in our lives deal with this issue all the time. And, you know, most of us want to be honest with ourselves, honest with others. And it's a little bit of a complex topic. So I just want to go into it a little bit, because as we're moving more and more in the world and all these changes are happening, we're going to be required to be more honest with ourselves about the reality of this experience that we're having for ourselves personally and and in a collective sense. So one of the things that happens when you try to just distill down honesty is you have to start to recognize where you're in a certain amount of illusion or excuse me, false understanding of who you really are and what's really going on with you. Just like looking in the mirror, you're looking at yourself, but it's actually not the exact image of you. It's reverse image, and it doesn't necessarily reflect, what people are seeing. And we do create these sort of facades around us that allow us to operate in a way that maybe is not the truth of who we are. But eventually our facades, our illusions get torn away, and everything in our lives will be eventually taken from us. That's the nature of this reality. We come here, we build up these egos, these bodies, our minds, and the systems that support all of that. And we're all getting older. We get older, and then our bodies don't function potentially as well as they used to. And we have to reckon with people leaving our lives, people breaking up with us, people coming into our lives. And then, eventually everyone will leave, including you. And so baked into this whole experience is loss and grief. And it's just the nature of being human. But you can't achieve honesty if you don't experience loss and grief, because it's through loss and grief you walk through the doorway of facing your truth. Part of the thing about being honest is about getting into your body and getting into your root chakra and your base chakra, and getting more embodied, getting here to really experience the reality of yourself, of this body, where it is now in present time. Not when you were 5, not when you were 25, not when you were whatever age, 45 or whatever. You are where you are now. And when you get more in your body, you start to face and deal with the reality of where you are. And you have to be honest with yourself as you fall into your body. And when you do, you really do face the reality. You face the reality of where you are. And that can be painful, because all of the illusions, all of the ego that you've created has to come down. So you have to lose that. You have to let that go. So that's the process of becoming honest. And it can be a challenging one. But there are some benefits when you do that. You're able to then start to tap into your true purpose, what you really came here to do. Not the things that you built up around yourself that the world says you need to do, but the things that you truly as a being came here to do. And that really can be found most of all in your heart and in your heart chakra. And so the act of coming into our bodies, facing the facades and things that we've built up, and coming into the reality of who we are allows us to find our purpose and be in our hearts and to be in harmony with the world and with the earth and all of life, so that we can have more peace, prosperity, and joy here on this earth as you bring forward your purpose. So we're going to go explore this in our meditation tonight. And so I just want to invite you to go ahead and have your feet on the floor and just go ahead and take a deep breath and just be aware of your body and just really start to validate your body. Allow yourself to become aware of your body and appreciate it. We're going to start to bring our attention to the top part of our body, bringing our attention to our head, our eyes, our ears, our nose, and our mouth. They all have very profound abilities to bring forward and bring into us a lot of information about ourselves from our environment to help us navigate the world. And so as we do meditation, it's a great place to bring our focus because so much information is coming here. And so as we do this, I just want you to just take a deep breath, breathe in, breathe out. When you breathe out all the heavy energy. Then breathe in, breathe out, and tune into the rhythm and measure of the universe. And then just find yourself, your focus and awareness moving right about 2 inches behind your eyes. Allow yourself to really be in that space, in that place, in the center of your head as we begin to go deeper into meditation. And in this space, I want you to envision and see for yourself in your mind that there's a chair there, a chair for you to sit in, just like you're seated now. But this is this space in the center of your head, and you can just see this chair as any type of chair that you want it to be. It can be a wingback chair, leather chair, it could be a lounge chair, it could be a couch for all that matter. It could be, sitting on a blanket on the floor or a mat, a pad or a pillow or a cushion, whatever works for you. But I just want you to see yourself there. It makes it a little bit more real for you and your body. And then what I'd like you to do is just be aware of your sacral floor, the tip of your spine. And I just want you from that space where you're seated in the center of your head to begin to create a connection from the tip of your spine down to the center of the planet. And just allow yourself to create that out of anything that you'd like. It could be an anchor and chain. It could be a beam of light, a waterfall, a vine, or it could be a tree trunk with branches grabbing onto your lower body and the roots connecting into the center of the planet. But just make sure that it's really real and working for you, makes you feel validated and more rooted, more connected to the earth. And as you do that, just make sure that connection to the earth is as wide as your hips, and that width continues all the way to the center of the planet. It could be any color you like. Just make sure that you're really connecting. As you connect, the earth is starting to pull on that connection you've made with the gravity, with the magnetic pull of the earth starts to overtake that connection you've just created. And it starts to pull on your body. And as it does, it's starting to help you release any of the limitations that you are experiencing in your body. And also, I want you to see that this connection is actually connecting into the space about 2 to 3 feet all around you, above you, or below you, to left and right, in front and back of you, so that more of the limitations that are hanging out with you are starting to come off. And just be aware of your shoulders and the burdens that you carry there, the responsibilities that may be yours or someone else's responsibilities they just start to come off your shoulders. We can easily take on other people's energy, other people's stuff. And a lot of times people want to give it to us. So I just invite you to release that. And as you do, pressure is coming off your spine because your shoulders are held up by your spine. You get more room in your back. Your back can lengthen a little bit more. And I invite you to release any energy on your crown, the top of your head, where there's a focus from other people, where they might want to know what you're doing. You might want to understand what information you may have that they don't have. So just encourage you to release any energy there, let that come off. The earth is doing all the work. It's coming off just automatically, so easily without any effort. And, any other effort that's in your space, any other effort that's in your abdomen, we often go into a lot of effort and try and control things in our lives because we're compelled to. It's how we get through our day and our weeks. Just allow yourself to really release all of the effort that you might be feeling and experiencing in your body. And as we do this, you're just beginning to relax more. These limitations are coming out of you. And you're starting to get more and more in your body and more connected to the earth. And the earth and that connection. Our bodies come from the earth. We're made from the elements of the earth. And by creating that connection, you're reminding yourself of that. You're reminding yourself that this body, this vehicle you're having this experience, this earthly experience through, is happening through the material of the earth. Your physical self is made of that. And so as you connect with the earth, you can get into better relationship with it. And you can begin to release all the things that are not you. The earth is just helping you do that. She's this great benevolent mother, and she's helping you pull out all of the energy that is not you here. And in particularly the energy around your ego, the energy around that identity ego system that you have created in order to navigate this world, that's been required of you, but it is any part of that that's in the way of you being in your body, being honest with yourself. You just begin to start to let that go. And that may start to come off your shoulders, or you might feel that come out of your heart chakra or your heart. It might start to come out of your space around you or out of your legs. And so I just invite you to really begin to release all of those, that strong, overpowering ego. We all need a reason to be here. And so we have to have an ego, but the ego that convinces us that we are maybe more than what we really are. And so I just invite you to release that, and all the programming from society that says you have to have certain things, like in order to be valuable, that go along with ego, like you need to have a big house, you have to make a certain amount of money, or you need to look a certain way, or you need to be a certain size. You can't be too fat, you can't be too skinny, and you have to have the right muscles, you have to have the right hair, and you have to wear the right clothes, and on, there's just so many things that we're required to navigate, and things that we're supposed to adopt in order to be valuable, to be considered worthy. And I just want to invite you to begin to release those things, because these things keep us from being in real awareness of the truth of who we are. And they're things that we are, society wants us to have. Advertisers want us to buy things and to do things and to, experience certain things. And those are all fine. But you need to do it from a place of your conscious awareness, not unconsciously through their desire for you to do that. And so just begin to start to release all of that around you and in your body. And as you do that, you start to come more in your body. There's more room for you. Things are starting to release. Things are starting to open up. And as we begin to let go of these ornaments, the the need for the clothes, or the need for the car, or the need for the boyfriend, or the need for the girlfriend, or the number of kids, or whatever, or the career, whatever it is that you have created and constructed, know that all of that will go away. Your kids will get older, they'll graduate, they'll move out of the house. You'll get older and older, and you'll, move from one job to another. You will maybe fall in love with someone, then fall out of love with them, maybe get divorced, or maybe that person will pass away at some point. At any point, we can have this loss. And as you do that, you start to become more humble. And as we're connecting to the earth is, the root word of earth is humus, which forms the word humility, which is a re-rendering or reconnecting to the earth, which is what we're doing. So this is a process of coming into greater humility and even humiliation. To be human is to experience humiliation and to realize how powerless in many ways we are. Because we will have all these things and they will all be taken away. It will all be gone. And so I just invite you to release your fear of not being in control. Just allow the earth to start taking that away out of your body. You may feel it start to drop away out of different parts of you. Just invite you to really let that go. And the earth is doing all the work. She's just pulling all of that sense of the need to be control coming out of you. And just breathe. This is a lot just to do this. It's not every day we just, let's let go of where we're in control. So just allow yourself to do that. It's okay. The surrendering of that is a healing. Now, I also want to invite you to think about where you feel like you have to know everything. One of the ironic things of being here in the human body, and also with the internet and all the information we have, we know so much, yet we know so little. And we don't know where we are on our path necessarily. We just know we're on a path. We don't know what the next step or next few steps will bring, or what's around the corner, or what will happen to us in the end. We just know we're on this path. We don't know a lot. So, and we have to surrender. We have to live our lives not necessarily knowing everything. You can know some things maybe, but ultimately we know very little. And so you need to just invite you to start to surrender the need to know. We so want to know, am I going to get married and have kids? Am I going to get this job? Am I going to make enough money? Or am I going to have enough money in my retirement? Am I going to go visit X country? Am I going to die when I'm X age? Or whatever. We don't know. We have to learn to trust, and instead of having to know. So I invite you to allow the earth to take away that need to know everything. It's a very powerful impulse that we have. Any fear of not knowing. Just breathe. It's a lot of energy. Another part of being human is ultimately our hearts will be broken. We come here into these bodies, we have our experience, we create attachments. That's how we can experience love through these bodies, is through attachment. Ultimately, people will leave our lives. That will be a great loss and potentially grief. And with that can come heartbreak. There's many ways we can be heartbroken, not having our wishes or dreams fulfilled. And I just want to invite you to begin to release any heartbreak, any grief or loss around heartbreak in your space, in your body, about any time in your life, any place, any space, anywhere that you've experienced that. And it's something that we all will experience. Well, most of us. Maybe there's a few out there that don't, but it's really baked into this human experience. And just breathe. Allow that energy to really start to come out of you. And then I want you to begin to let go of the energy. We came in here to our bodies before we came here, where we had complete knowing of everything and access the very powerful place we came from. And we incarnate into powerlessness, into these bodies without knowing all these things. So I want you to let go of any of the energy that keeps you in fear of not having that power, being powerless. The fear of that. I invite you to allow the grounding to just start pulling that out of you, wherever that is, wherever that's accumulated, the need to have power in a world where humans are often, at least in our lives, truly we have little power in a lot of ways. We have power, but it's a challenging thing to deal with. We do come down here to experience powerlessness to some degree, so we can know what power is. And I'm not talking about the power of the sword or politics or money. So just release all of that. And then I invite you to release any other pain or heartbreak that you may have that I'm not touching on here, that would keep you from landing into your body. I invite you to let go of any illusion that you're holding on to, or any pain that you can release, emotional or physical, spiritual, mental pain, any of those levels of pain. I just invite you to release that and let that come out of your body, as it will inhibit you from being able to be in your body and therefore keep you from being in your truth. And the earth, in her loving kindness, is pulling all this away. You are an expression of her, between the cosmic and the earth energy coming together. Your life is in this body, in this planet. And just breathe and allow that to start to come out you even more. A little bit more. And as you do this, you're just really releasing all the energy that would keep you from being able to be in your body and start to be in the reality of where you are in present time right now. Just breathe. And as you start to come into present time, I want you to be aware of your heart. Because as you've come into more in your body and you start to root in more, as you connected more with the earth and released all the limitations that you can release now, it opens you up to your heart and opens you up more to your purpose. And then in your heart, there's a fire. And it's a fire, a purifying fire. All of the sorrow, all of the grief, all the heartbreak, all the powerlessness, all the fear of not knowing, humiliation, the vulnerability creates a fire within us, and it purifies our bodies. And it creates room and space, just like when a fire goes through a forest, it clears out the underbrush so that new life can come into us. And so I want you to see that power of that fire in your heart and just start seeing it expand from your heart, going out into your lungs, into your throat, into your eyes, into your head, down into your stomach, down into your arms, down into your hips and down into your legs, down to your feet. And just really this wave of fire is purging out all of the dross, all of the pain, all of the remaining elements that need to go so that the seed of your purpose can begin to flower in your heart. Taking out of your body, your vehicle, anything that would be further in your way from being in your body. Any clutter, anything that's built up in your life that you don't know, that needs to come out of you. Just allow that to burn. It's a very gentle, loving fire. It's moving all through your body, through all the cells, through the head, through all the organs, all the systems, all the tissues, all the bones and the blood. And every part of you is being purified and purged by coming more into your ground, by connecting more to the earth. And then as this begins to dissipate, I want you to be aware of the seed in your heart, the seed of the purpose of your heart, in your heart, represented by this seed, this unlimited, magnificent potential, just like a tree, comes from a tiny, tiny seed and can grow into this magnificent structure that can live for a very long time. So too is your purpose like that. And so I want you to, from the center of your head, I want you to see a point of light above your crown. And I want you to invite you to start calling all of your energy back into that point of light. And here is the blueprint of your life, all the information, all of the plans, the journey is all there in that point of light. And as you create a magnetic force there with that, it starts pulling back all of your energy from wherever you've left it, from the past, last week, last month, last year, as you released all these energies. All that energy is starting to come back, and build into this beautiful golden ball of light. This light is your energy, your love, your intelligence, and you're going to bring that into your crown, and it begins to fill up your whole body and it's feeding you with energy, enlivening you, enlightening you, making you lighter, filling you up with yourself. This is your energy. This is you coming into your heart and lungs, into the back of you, into your shoulders, into your arms, all in your face, all in your eyes, all in your center of your head, down to your diaphragm and into that heart. And it begins to feed that seed, which is taking root, and it begins to fuel your purpose, and so that it can begin to have the necessary energy to start to root in you even more, to bring roots all the way down to the sacral floor of your body and into the earth. And then begin to help it grow and grow and grow until it begins to open up like a flower, bringing beauty to your life and the lives of all those around you, celebrating your life, celebrating all of creation and all that you're here to do. And that energy continues to flow down into your sacral floor, down into your legs, down into your knees, down into your ankles, down and out your hands, into your feet, and all the way around your body, the front of you and the back of you, the left end of you and the right of you, and below you and above you, filling you all up with that beautiful energy, feeding your purpose as you become more honest with yourself, because you become more embodied and you're seeing the reality of who you are. And in that reality, there's something beautiful and magnificent that is awaiting you, even after all the loss and all the grief and all the humiliation and all the vulnerability, all the powerless and not knowing. There's this beauty, this beautiful life emerging and purpose that can bring forward this full measure of this creation. And as you feel complete, you can go ahead and open your eyes and you can come out of trance. I just want to welcome you back. That was a lot of energy. So just congratulate yourself on doing that. I'm really glad that we could do this here together today. I want to let you know that I do have a YouTube channel now where you can go and you can view all of these previous meditations at your leisure. If you want to have a healing or anything, you can go here. I'm also going to be starting my Beginning Clairvoyant Tools class again on June 11th. If you enjoyed this meditation and you want to learn more, there's many, many, many more tools and a much bigger tool set that will expand on what we've just done here tonight. And it's can be a very powerful and transformative experience. It's been for me in my life, and that's why I'm sharing it with you all. And this is a prerequisite for this next thing, which is my year-long clairvoyant healing program. But you have to take the Beginning Clairvoyant Tools to enroll, and you will learn so much from this program. It's a year-long journey that I'll take you on, where you can learn all the mechanics, gain the skill and the ability to be able to read just about anything clairvoyantly for yourself, and help you be able to evolve much quicker and have less difficulty in life, being able to navigate the challenges of life in a very, very powerful way. I'm really proud and really excited to be able to offer this to you. This is something that's changed my life, and that's why I'm teaching it, because I so much want to share it with you. Anyway, if that's all I have tonight, remember to invite your friends to next week, same time, same place, every Monday at 5:30 Pacific time, 8:30 Eastern. And you can learn more about me by going to risingheartgroundedmind.com. All right, I hope to see you again. I hope you all have a really great week. Talk to you later.